I do believe he is different, and there's a good reason. Now, as I did say, though, I do believe the synoptics provide evidence connections with Micah 5, Proverbs 8 that would entail, I believe, proof of preexistence. But I do believe John is different because, well, look at him, right? He's Jesus' beloved disciple, number one. He got the revelation of divine information that Jesus received from God. He's the only one who calls him the Word, halagos, right? None of the other synoptic writers do that. So when Socinians want to say, well, only John explicitly has Jesus claiming preexistence. Again, I deny that based on him claiming to be wisdom in the synoptics, but it's a little different in John. That's true. It's more explicit, more repeated. But John's the only one that actually calls him the Word. So Socinians make a big deal about that he's the Word of God, right? He's the impersonal Word, spoken Word of God. Well, only John says that. So does that somehow make that not true? No, of course not. John's the only one that says God is love. Does that mean it's not true? No. Do Socinians believe John is inspired and of equal authority with the synoptics? Yes. So what is the question really designed to do? I guess minimize the source material for pre-existent evidence in the New Testament, but I think it ignores some I've mentioned. Um, but John did get the most information, I believe, right? He got this revelation that we have that presents Jesus in ways far beyond what else we read in the New Testament. So he's got this fuller understanding for sure of who Jesus is, the authority he has, right? He's on God's throne. He's receiving divine revelations, right? So he's not God in the ultimate sense. He's functioning as a messenger, as I believe an archangel. So I believe the answer to your question is that John was not only Jesus' closest disciple, he not only loved him the most close to him, but he got the revelation that had more information than anybody else. And I believe he got the revelation before he wrote his gospel. Otherwise, how would he have known that his name was the Word of God? Revelation 19:13, which I believe again proves that the word is not a description of an impersonal or abstraction, right? A word, like you speak a word, but it's a name. It's literally called the name he has. It's presented as a person revelation with that name. But then John uses that name in John 1:1 for his existence in the beginning with God. So if the word is a name he got by revelation of an actually existing figure, right? He's on the horse, he's got the crown. Why would he then use that term, that name for an actually existing person he got in Revelation for anything else? When he's talking about this being who was with God, that corresponds to what Jesus says about him being wisdom, with wisdom pre-existing. Now he's got the new name Word of God, Word. So to me, that explains why in John you don't get him using wisdom, which you do get in Matthew and Luke. So that's why I believe John is different.